Stoic secret to unlock your power in 2025. Stoicism. Welcome to Stoic in Your Life, your guide to blending the timeless wisdom of Stoicism with the realities of our modern existence. As we step into 2025, a year brimming with both opportunities and uncertainties, it's clear that navigating this fast-paced, ever-changing world requires more than just determination. It demands clarity, resilience, and an unshakable sense of purpose. That's where Stoicism shines. Rooted in the teachings of great minds like Marcus Aurelius, these ancient principles offer us the tools to master our emotions, turn setbacks into opportunities, and find peace amidst the chaos. In this video, we'll uncover the Stoic secrets to unlocking your inner power, helping you face challenges with courage, act decisively in the present, and cultivate a mindset that strives no matter what the future holds. So, if you're ready to transform how you think, feel, and live in 2025, let's embark on this powerful journey together. Let's get started. Number 1. Harnessing the power of the present moment. Have you ever felt like life is moving too fast with endless distractions pulling you in every direction? In a world where chaos reigns and the future feels uncertain, there's one truth that can ground you and empower you. The present moment is all you truly own. The wisdom of the Stoics, especially Marcus Aurelius, reminds us that by mastering the present, we unlock our fullest potential. The Stoic teaching that the present moment is all we have resonates deeply in our hyper-connected, fast-paced world. Marcus Aurelius, in his timeless meditations, urges us to remember, you could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. This is not a call to despair, but an invitation to seize the extraordinary power that lies in the here and now. When we dwell on past regrets or future anxieties, we drain our energy and scatter our focus, making it impossible to take meaningful action. Yet the present moment offers clarity, purpose, and control, if we are courageous enough to embrace it fully. Think about how often your mind drifts, replaying mistakes, worrying about events that haven't even happened, or getting lost in trivial distractions like endless scrolling on your phone. These habits rob you of the one thing that truly matters: the ability to act decisively in the moment. The Stoics teach us to break free from this cycle by practicing mindfulness, a discipline as relevant today as it was 2,000 years ago. By deliberately grounding yourself in the now, you unlock the ability to tackle challenges with focus and grace, unburdened by the noise of yesterday or tomorrow. Living in the present isn't about ignoring the future or pretending the past doesn't matter. It's about understanding that neither can be controlled. Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This mindset equips you to handle life's uncertainties without fear. When you focus on what you can control, your thoughts, decisions, and actions, you empower yourself to make progress, no matter what obstacles arise. This is the essence of living in accordance with nature. A core Stoic principle, adapting to reality and working with it, rather than resisting it. Modern life often feels like a never-ending race to achieve more, but in striving for the future, we forget to live in the present. This paradox is why so many men, especially those between 30 and 65, feel overwhelmed by the pressure to have it all. The Stoics remind us that true success isn't about accumulating achievements. It's about living intentionally, finding joy and fulfillment in the actions you take today. In practical terms, this means setting aside time each day to reflect on your priorities, letting go of distractions, and focusing on what truly matters: your health, relationships, and personal growth. Imagine this. Instead of rushing to check emails first thing in the morning, you take a moment to breathe, reflect, and set your intentions for the day. Marcus Aurelius practiced this ritual, writing in his journal each morning to remind himself of his purpose and values. He understood that starting the day with clarity sets the tone for everything that follows. You can do the same. Take 5 minutes each morning to ask yourself, what is within my control today, and how can I act in alignment with my values? This simple practice can transform your life, allowing you to approach each day with purpose and composure. The Stoics also teach us to appreciate the small, ordinary moments of life. Seneca wrote, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." In our quest for big goals, we often overlook the beauty of the everyday, the warmth of a morning coffee, the laughter of loved ones, or the satisfaction of a job well done. By cultivating gratitude for these moments, you anchor yourself in the present and find contentment that no external achievement can provide. In 2025, distractions will only multiply, and the demands of modern life will continue to test your resilience. But by embracing the power of the present moment, you can rise above these challenges. Remember that the past is beyond your reach. The future is not guaranteed, and the present is where your life unfolds. Start today. Put down your phone, step outside, and take a deep breath. Notice the world around you, the sights, sounds, and sensations, and remind yourself that this moment is a gift. In doing so, you'll not only unlock your inner power, but also cultivate the peace and fulfillment that so many search for but seldom find. Number 2. Overcoming obstacles with the mindset of opportunity. How often do you encounter an obstacle and immediately think, "Why me?" It's a natural reaction, but the Stoics teach us to see challenges in an entirely different light. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This profound insight reveals a simple yet life-changing truth. Every obstacle is an opportunity in disguise. The difficulties we face are not roadblocks to our success. They are the very path to becoming stronger, wiser, and more resilient. It's not about avoiding problems but learning to embrace them as teachers, pushing us to grow in ways we never imagined. Think about the last challenge you faced. Did you allow it to paralyze you, or did you find a way to rise above it? The mindset of opportunity transforms adversity into a stepping stone, a lesson, and even a gift. Consider this story from the business world. In 2008, during the global financial crisis, Howard Schultz returned as CEO of Starbucks to steer the company out of a nosedive. Facing plummeting sales and a declining brand reputation, Schultz didn't see these challenges as insurmountable. Instead, he reframed them as an opportunity to refocus on Starbucks' core mission, creating a unique customer experience. He closed thousands of stores temporarily for retraining, improved product quality, and redefined the company's values. What seemed like a disaster at the time turned into one of the greatest comebacks in modern business history. Like Schultz, you can look at the obstacles in your own life not as failures, but as opportunities to refine your approach, rediscover your values, and come back stronger. The Stoic approach to obstacles isn't just theoretical, it's deeply practical. When you encounter a challenge, ask yourself, what is this situation trying to teach me? How can I use it to grow? This shift in perspective does more than just help you cope. It empowers you to take control of the narrative. For example, if you're passed over for a promotion at work, instead of letting frustration consume you, use it as a moment to reflect. What skills do I need to improve? What other opportunities might this open up? This mindset not only prevents you from being defeated by setbacks, but also ensures that you are constantly evolving, learning, and improving. Obstacles are no longer things to fear. They become tools for progress. Let's connect this to modern life. The world we live in is full of challenges, economic uncertainty, global crises, personal struggles, and more. But every great achievement you admire was born from adversity. Think of how J.K. Rowling faced rejection after rejection before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon, or how athletes like Michael Jordan turned failures into fuel for their success. These individuals didn't let obstacles define them. They let obstacles refine them. Now think about your own life. Are there challenges you're currently facing that feel overwhelming? What would change if you viewed them not as barriers, but as opportunities to learn, innovate, or discover your inner strength? The Stoics also emphasized action as a critical part of overcoming obstacles. Epictetus reminds us, it's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. When you're faced with adversity, the first step is to take a breath and assess the situation with a calm mind. Avoid the trap of emotional reactions and focus instead on what can be done. Even small actions toward a solution can transform your mindset from one of helplessness to one of empowerment. If your obstacle is a strained relationship, perhaps the action is as simple as starting a difficult but honest conversation. If it's financial trouble, maybe it's crafting a plan to reduce unnecessary expenses. The key is to move forward, even if only a little at a time. Now let me ask you this. Have you ever considered how many of your personal growth moments came from hardship? The truth is, growth rarely happens in comfort zones. It happens when you're pushed, challenged, and forced to adapt. Challenges build character in a way that easy times never could. The Stoics understood this deeply, which is why they viewed obstacles as essential to personal development. They believed that without trials, virtues like courage, patience, and wisdom would remain dormant. When life pushes you into a corner, it's offering you a chance to cultivate these virtues and become the best version of yourself. In practical terms, you can start applying the Stoic mindset of opportunity today. The next time you face a problem, instead of immediately reacting with frustration or fear, take a moment to reframe the situation. Ask yourself, what is within my control here? What can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger? Then take action, however small, and trust that the process will lead to growth. Remember, progress often comes in tiny steps, not giant leaps, but each step you take moves you closer to overcoming the obstacle. The ultimate lesson here is that life's difficulties are not meant to break you, they're meant to shape you. The next time you encounter a setback, don't see it as the end of the road. Instead, remember Marcus Aurelius's words, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Embrace your obstacles, take action, and use them as opportunities to unlock your potential. In doing so, you'll not only overcome the challenges of 2025, but emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient than ever before. Number 3, mastering emotional resilience. In life, you will face challenges that test your patience, endurance, and emotional stability. How you handle those challenges often defines the course of your journey. The Stoics understood this better than anyone and believed that true power lies not in avoiding hardship, but in mastering your response to it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional resilience is the ability to maintain your equilibrium in the face of adversity, to rise above the chaos rather than be consumed by it. In today's world, where stress and distractions seem ever present, developing emotional resilience is not just a skill, it's a necessity. So, how do you cultivate this Stoic virtue in your own life, especially as we move into 2025, a year filled with both uncertainty and opportunity? Let's start with a question. How often do you let your emotions dictate your actions? Think back to a time when you lost your temper, panicked under pressure, or made a decision you later regretted because you were overwhelmed by fear or anger. These are moments when your emotions controlled you, rather than the other way around. The Stoics would remind you that emotions are natural. They are part of being human, but they should never dominate your judgment. Seneca said it best. We suffer more often in imagination than in reality. This means that much of our emotional turmoil arises not from external events themselves, but from how we interpret and react to them. If you can master your perspective, you can master your emotions. Imagine you're stuck in traffic, late for an important meeting. Frustration builds, maybe even anger, but stop for a moment and ask yourself, what is within my control here? You can't control the traffic, but you can control how you respond to it. You can choose to breathe deeply, refocus your thoughts, and perhaps use the time to prepare mentally for the meeting. This simple shift in mindset is at the heart of emotional resilience. Instead of being a prisoner to your emotions, you become their master. By practicing this daily, you train your mind to remain calm and composed no matter what life throws at you. Modern life often amplifies our emotional struggles. The constant bombardment of news, social media, and personal responsibilities can make it feel like the world is spinning out of control. But the Stoics teach us to focus only on what we can control: our thoughts, actions, and attitudes. Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Let this sink in for a moment. If you can internalize this principle, you'll find that even the most difficult situations lose their power to overwhelm you. Instead of reacting impulsively, you'll pause, reflect, and choose a response that aligns with your values and long-term goals. Building emotional resilience also means learning to accept reality as it is. Far too often, we waste energy wishing things were different, replaying past mistakes or fearing future events that may never come to pass. The Stoics remind us to focus on the present moment and embrace life's challenges as opportunities for growth. Marcus Aurelius encouraged himself with the words, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy." This advice applies to our emotions as well. When faced with anger, respond with patience. When consumed by fear, act with courage. Every emotional challenge is a chance to strengthen your character and prove to yourself that you are capable of navigating life's storms. Let me ask you this. How do you typically recover after a setback? Whether it's a failed project, a broken relationship, or an unexpected loss, your ability to bounce back defines your emotional resilience. The Stoics believed in the concept of preparing the mind, which involves visualizing potential challenges and mentally rehearsing how you would handle them. This practice, known as premeditatio malorum, helps you build a mental framework for facing adversity before it happens. For example, consider a stressful work deadline. Instead of dreading it, imagine the obstacles you might encounter: technical issues, miscommunication, or time pressure, and plan how you would respond calmly and effectively. This preparation not only reduces anxiety, but also equips you to handle real-life challenges with grace. In addition to mental preparation, the Stoics emphasize the importance of perspective. Seneca advised, "He who suffers before it is necessary suffers more than is necessary." In other words, don't allow your mind to dwell on worst-case scenarios that may never materialize. When you learn to focus on the present moment and take one step at a time, you free yourself from the paralyzing grip of fear and anxiety. This doesn't mean ignoring risks or avoiding difficult emotions. It means facing them with courage and a clear mind, knowing that you have the strength to endure. Let's bring this into a real-world context. Picture a man who loses his job unexpectedly. He has two choices. Let despair consume him or view the situation as an opportunity to pivot and rebuild. Emotional resilience lies in choosing the latter, not by suppressing his emotions but by channeling them into constructive action. He might use this time to explore new career paths, develop new skills, or even start a business. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" he asks, "What can I do now to move forward?" This mindset doesn't just help him survive the setback, it helps him thrive in the face of it. Ultimately, emotional resilience is about understanding that you cannot control everything in life. but you can always control your response. It's about embracing the belief that every challenge you face has the potential to make you stronger, wiser, and more capable. So the next time you're confronted with an emotional storm, pause and remind yourself of this truth. You have power over your mind, not outside events. By mastering this principle, you'll not only navigate the uncertainties of 2025, but also unlock a deeper sense of peace, purpose, and strength that will carry you through any challenge life may bring. The I lesson is clear. Your emotions are not your enemy. They are your guide to becoming the best version of yourself. Number 4. Embracing mortality to live fully. What if the one thing you fear the most holds the key to unlocking your fullest potential? The Stoics believed that by confronting and embracing our mortality, we could live with greater purpose, clarity, and courage. In this segment, we'll uncover why reflecting on life's impermanence isn't a morbid exercise but the ultimate tool to help you thrive in 2025 and beyond. The thought of our own mortality is one of the most avoided yet profoundly transformative concepts we can confront. The Stoics understood this deeply, and Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think." Far from being a morbid fixation, reflecting on death serves as a powerful reminder to prioritize what truly matters in life. In our modern world, where distractions abound and we are constantly tempted to waste time on trivial pursuits, embracing mortality becomes a compass that guides us toward living intentionally and fully. Think about it. How often do you find yourself putting off your dreams, assuming there will always be more time? The truth is, time is the most finite resource you have, and recognizing its limits can give you the focus and urgency to create a meaningful life. In today's fast-paced society, it's easy to fall into the trap of living as though life is endless. We delay conversations that matter, procrastinate on pursuing goals, and fill our days with busyness instead of purpose. The Stoics, however, encouraged us to face mortality head-on as a way to free ourselves from this illusion. Seneca wrote, "Let us prepare our minds as if we'd come to the very end of life. Let us postpone nothing. Let us balance life's books each day." This practice, known as memento mori, the contemplation of death, reminds us that tomorrow is not guaranteed. When we carry this awareness with us, it becomes easier to cut through the noise and focus on what truly brings value to our lives, whether it's strengthening relationships, pursuing our passions, or simply being present in the moment. Think of someone you know who seems to live with a special kind of urgency and joy, as if every day is a gift. Perhaps it's someone who survived a near-death experience or overcame a significant life challenge. Often, these individuals have come face to face with the fragility of life, and as a result, they cherish it more deeply. You don't need to experience a life-altering event to adopt this perspective. Stoicism offers a framework to achieve it through deliberate reflection. Take a moment to ask yourself, if this were your last year, month, or even day, what would you do differently? Who would you spend your time with? What would you stop worrying about? These questions are not meant to scare you, but to awaken you to the opportunities you have right now. Incorporating memento mori into your daily life doesn't require dramatic changes. It begins with small, intentional practices. Start by setting aside a few minutes each day to reflect on the impermanence of life. This can be as simple as journaling, meditating on a meaningful quote, or pausing during your day to remind yourself that every moment counts. Marcus Aurelius himself used this practice to stay grounded, reminding himself that life is fleeting and therefore precious. By acknowledging that each day could be your last, you not only heighten your appreciation for life, but also become less attached to trivial concerns and petty conflicts. As Epictetus said, "When it is time to die, let us not discover that we have never lived." The beauty of embracing mortality is that it liberates you from fear. Many people avoid thinking about death because it seems overwhelming. but the Stoics saw it as a natural part of life. When you accept that death is inevitable, you free yourself from the anxiety of trying to avoid it. Instead, you channel your energy into what you can control, living well. In practical terms, this means focusing on your relationships, aligning your actions with your values, and pursuing goals that resonate with your deeper purpose. For example, rather than worrying about accumulating material possessions, you might focus on experiences that bring joy and meaning, such as spending quality time with loved ones or contributing to a cause you care about. Let's connect this to modern life. In 2025, many of us are juggling demanding careers, social obligations, and the endless pull of technology, leaving little time to reflect on what truly matters. By embracing the Stoic practice of contemplating mortality, you can cut through this clutter and create a life that aligns with your core values. Imagine setting a goal not based on what society expects, but on what you genuinely want to achieve before your time runs out. Whether it's writing that book, reconnecting with an estranged friend, or simply watching the sunset without distractions, these moments take on new significance when you view them through the lens of life's impermanence. The Stoics also teach us that embracing mortality isn't just about living for ourselves. It's about serving others. Marcus Aurelius believed in contributing to the greater good, writing, "What we do now echoes in eternity." When you acknowledge that your time is limited, you naturally become more inclined to leave a positive impact, whether through kindness, mentorship, or creating something meaningful for future generations. This mindset transforms mortality from something to fear into a source of motivation and clarity. Ultimately, the lesson is this: by accepting the inevitability of death, you free yourself to live fully, with purpose and intention. You stop wasting time on trivialities and start focusing on what truly matters. Every moment becomes an opportunity to align your actions with your values, to create memories that will outlast you, and to leave a legacy of meaning and connection. So ask yourself, are you living as though time is infinite? Or are you making the most of each day? Embrace your mortality, and in doing so, unlock the power to live a life of courage, gratitude, and profound fulfillment. As the Stoics would, remind us the key to living well is not in avoiding death, but in facing it boldly and using its inevitability as a guide to a life worth living. Thank you for being part of today's video. Before we move forward, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude to you. Your presence in our community means so much, and we'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts or experiences in the comments, or simply let us know if you're new by commenting, "I am a newbie," or "I am Stoic" if you've been with us for a while. Your engagement is not only appreciated but inspires us to keep creating meaningful content. Now let's continue this journey together, shall we? Number 5. Aligning with nature's order. In a world that often feels chaotic and unpredictable, the Stoic principle of aligning with nature's order offers a profound way to find peace and purpose. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Adapt yourself to the life you have been given, and truly love the people with whom destiny has surrounded you." This teaching reminds us that life has an inherent flow, a natural rhythm, and much of our suffering comes from resisting it. But what does it mean to align with nature? For the Stoics, it's about understanding that we are all part of a greater whole connected to the universe and bound by its rules. It means accepting what we cannot change, working in harmony with the circumstances of life, and finding joy in contributing to the common good. Let me ask you, how often do you fight against reality, wishing things were different instead of adapting to what is? By resisting the way things are, you drain your energy and create unnecessary suffering. But when you embrace the Stoic practice of aligning with nature, you unlock a sense of peace and clarity that allows you to thrive. Consider the metaphor of a river. When you swim against the current, every stroke is a struggle and you exhaust yourself quickly. But when you swim with the current, you move effortlessly, using its power to guide you forward. Life works in the same way. When you accept its natural flow, both its highs and its inevitable challenges, you stop wasting energy on resistance and start directing it toward meaningful action. This principle is not about passive submission. It's about learning to work with life's realities rather than against them. Seneca explained this beautifully when he said, "Fate leads the willing and drags along the reluctant." Think about your own life. How often have you clung to situations, people, or outcomes that no longer served you, only to feel stuck and frustrated? What would happen if you let go and embraced what life was offering instead of fighting it? In modern life, aligning with nature's order means accepting that some things are beyond your control. You can't change the past, dictate how others behave, or prevent every obstacle from arising. But what you can control is how you respond. Epictetus famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." Let's take a relatable example. Imagine a sudden career setback like losing a job. While you may not have control over the external event, you do have control over how you react. You can either spiral into despair, lamenting the unfairness of it all, or you can see it as an opportunity to pivot, learn, and grow. When you align with nature, you accept that change is inevitable and often necessary for growth, allowing you to face life's challenges with resilience and adaptability. Let's ground this principle in a modern story. Consider the tech industry, where change is constant and innovation happens at lightning speed. Many companies have failed because they resisted change, clinging to outdated methods or refusing to adapt to market demands. But those that thrive, like Apple or Amazon, succeed because they align themselves with the natural order of progress. They embrace change, anticipate challenges, and find ways to work with the current rather than against it. Similarly, in your own life, adapting to life's flow doesn't mean giving up on your goals. Instead, it means being flexible, finding new paths when obstacles arise, and staying true to your purpose even when the journey takes unexpected turns. This principle also applies to our relationships. How often do we try to control others, expecting them to behave in ways that align with our desires? When they don't, we feel frustration or disappointment. But the Stoics teach us to accept people as they are, understanding that everyone has their own nature and path. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself." This advice is especially relevant in today's world, where misunderstandings and conflicts can easily arise. By focusing on your own actions and letting go of the need to control others, you create harmony in your relationships and free yourself from unnecessary stress. Aligning with nature's order also means recognizing the cycles of life: growth, decay, and renewal. Just as the seasons change, so do our circumstances, and resisting this natural progression only causes suffering. Instead of clinging to the past or fearing the future, the Stoics encourage us to live fully in the present, making the most of what we have now. Think about your own life. Are there areas where you're holding on too tightly, resisting inevitable change? What might happen if you let go and trusted in the natural flow of things? When you stop fighting against the current, you open yourself to new possibilities and allow life to unfold in ways you might never have imagined. Ultimately, aligning with nature's order is about finding your place in the larger scheme of things and living in harmony with it. It's about understanding that life is not something to conquer or control, but something to participate in fully and authentically. This doesn't mean abandoning your ambitions or settling for less. It means pursuing your goals with an awareness of the bigger picture and adapting gracefully when things don't go as planned. As the Stoics remind us, life is unpredictable, but when you align yourself with its natural rhythm, you find the strength to navigate its challenges and the wisdom to appreciate its beauty. So, what's the lesson here? Life will always bring challenges, change, and uncertainty, but your peace and power come from aligning yourself with its natural flow rather than resisting it. Embrace what you cannot control. Focus on your own actions and trust in the wisdom of the universe to guide you. When you live in harmony with nature's order, you unlock a sense of resilience, purpose, and serenity that allows you to thrive no matter what comes your way. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them." By aligning with nature, you not only find your place in the world, but also discover the strength to live fully and meaningfully every single day. Number 6. Practicing gratitude in adversity. How often do you find yourself focusing on what's wrong rather than appreciating what's right? It's easy to let difficulties consume your thoughts, especially when life feels overwhelming. The Stoics, however, offer a transformative perspective. Even in the darkest times, there is always something to be grateful for. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love." Gratitude isn't just a fleeting emotion. It's a mindset, a way of living that empowers you to find strength in the midst of hardship. When adversity strikes, practicing gratitude helps shift your focus from what you lack to what you still have, enabling you to approach challenges with resilience and clarity. So let me ask you, what are you grateful for today, even amidst life's struggles? It's a simple question, but its answer can transform your perspective on any situation. In modern life, adversity often feels like an unwelcome guest, showing up in the form of financial stress, health challenges, or strained relationships. These difficulties can easily cloud your mind, making it hard to see the positives. But the Stoics believe that gratitude is not about ignoring pain or pretending problems don't exist. It's about recognizing the good that remains, even when life feels unfair. Seneca said, "We should try to enjoy the great festival of life with other men." This perspective reminds us that even when times are tough, there is beauty and connection to be found in life's simplest moments, like sharing a meal, breathing fresh air, or feeling the warmth of the sun. Gratitude doesn't erase adversity, but it gives you the strength to endure it. Let's ground this idea in a relatable story. Picture a man who loses his job unexpectedly, a devastating blow for anyone. At first, the overwhelming stress and uncertainty dominate his thoughts, but instead of spiraling into despair, he chooses to focus on what he still has: his health, his supportive family, and the skills he's developed over the years. This mindset shift allows him to see the situation not as a failure, but as an opportunity to explore a new career path, start his own business, or simply reevaluate his priorities. By practicing gratitude, he turns a seemingly insurmountable challenge into a stepping stone for growth. How often do we let setbacks define us when they could be catalysts for change? Could you, in the face of your own challenges, find reasons to be grateful and use that as a foundation to move forward? Practicing gratitude in adversity doesn't mean suppressing negative emotions or pretending everything is fine. The Stoics acknowledged the difficulty of life and encouraged us to face it with courage and wisdom. Epictetus taught, "He is a wise man who does not grieve for the things which he has not, but rejoices for those which he has." This wisdom invites us to reframe our perspective, especially when adversity feels all-consuming. Gratitude shifts your focus from scarcity to abundance, reminding you of the resources, support, and opportunities that remain at your disposal. For example, if you're dealing with a health issue, gratitude for modern medicine, supportive loved ones, or the resilience of your body can empower you to take proactive steps toward recovery. Let's connect this to our fast-paced, stress-filled, modern lives. In 2025, the constant pressure to succeed and the endless comparisons fueled by social media make it easy to feel inadequate or overwhelmed. Gratitude, however, is the antidote to this toxic mindset. It forces you to pause, reflect, and acknowledge the good in your life, no matter how small it may seem. Start with a simple exercise. At the end of each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for. They don't have to be grand. Perhaps it's the kindness of a stranger, a productive conversation, or even the comfort of a warm bed. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to focus on positives rather than negatives, reducing stress and building emotional resilience. The beauty of gratitude is that it's contagious. When you express gratitude to others, you create a ripple effect that strengthens relationships and fosters connection. Think about the last time someone sincerely thanked you. How did it make you feel? Gratitude has the power to transform not just your perspective, but also the dynamics of your interactions. If you're facing adversity, consider thanking those who support you, whether it's a friend offering advice, a colleague lending a hand, or a family member providing emotional comfort. These expressions of gratitude deepen bonds and remind you that you're not alone in your struggles. Gratitude also teaches us to find meaning in adversity. The Stoics believe that challenges are opportunities to cultivate virtue, courage, patience, and wisdom. When you practice gratitude during tough times, you're not just surviving adversity, you're growing through it. Marcus Aurelius urged us to see obstacles as opportunities, writing, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Gratitude allows you to reframe adversity as a teacher, showing you what truly matters and helping you emerge stronger on the other side. For instance, a difficult breakup might teach you the value of self-love, while a financial setback could inspire you to develop smarter habits and a deeper appreciation for stability. So, how can you start practicing gratitude today, even if life feels overwhelming? Begin by looking for small moments of joy or comfort, even in the midst of difficulty. Acknowledge the lessons that adversity has taught you and the inner strength you've developed by facing challenges. Express gratitude to those who have supported you along the way. And don't forget to show yourself gratitude for persevering. Gratitude isn't about ignoring the hard parts of life. It's about embracing the whole picture and finding value in every experience. Ultimately, the lesson is clear. Gratitude is a powerful tool for navigating life's challenges with grace and strength. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's present, allowing you to face adversity with a balanced perspective. As you move forward, remember that even in the darkest moments, there is light to be found if you're willing to look for it. Gratitude transforms obstacles into opportunities and hardships into stepping stones, unlocking your ability to thrive no matter what life throws your way. Remember the words of Marcus Aurelius. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. Practicing gratitude in adversity is how you become that good man, grounded, resilient, and ready to face whatever comes next. Number 7. The power of self-discipline. How often do you find yourself saying, "I'll do it tomorrow," only to let days, weeks, or even months slip by? The truth is, self-discipline is the key to unlocking your potential, and the Stoics understood this better than anyone. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This timeless wisdom reminds us that true freedom comes not from indulgence, but from mastering our own impulses and actions. Self-discipline is not about depriving yourself of joy. It's about aligning your daily actions with your higher goals and values, allowing you to live a life of purpose and fulfillment. Let me ask you, how different would your life be if you consistently did the things you knew were necessary to grow, even when they were difficult? The ability to conquer procrastination, stay focused, and take action, even when you don't feel like it, is the foundation of self-discipline, and it's the skill that can transform your life in 2025 and beyond. Self-discipline begins with a clear understanding of your priorities. Without clarity, it's easy to drift aimlessly, reacting to life rather than shaping it. The Stoics believed in the importance of living intentionally, and Epictetus advised, first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. In modern life, distractions are everywhere. Social media, endless entertainment, and the constant buzz of notifications. These distractions pull you away from the things that truly matter, leaving you feeling scattered and unfulfilled. But when you practice self-discipline, you take back control of your time and energy, directing them toward meaningful pursuits. Start by asking yourself, what are the goals that truly matter to me? What small, consistent actions can I take daily to move closer to those goals? By focusing on what you can control, your own actions, you create a sense of purpose and momentum that fuels your growth. The beauty of self-discipline is that it's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it becomes. However, just like physical exercise, building self-discipline requires effort and discomfort. Seneca wrote, "It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that they are difficult." This means embracing challenges as opportunities to strengthen your resolve. For example, waking up early to work on a personal project, or sticking to a fitness routine when motivation is low, are moments where self-discipline is forged. Each time you resist the urge to take the easy path, you're reinforcing the habit of discipline, making it easier to stay consistent in the future. It's not about perfection but progress, small victories that build confidence and momentum over time. Think about the power of routines. Successful people often attribute their achievements to the disciplined habits they've cultivated over years. Take Dwayne Johnson, for example. He's famously disciplined in his daily workouts and nutrition, which not only maintain his physical health, but also fuel his success in multiple industries. The Stoics would see his dedication as a perfect example of living in accordance with one's values. In your own life, building a routine that aligns with your goals is a practical way to cultivate discipline. Whether it's dedicating 30 minutes each morning to reading, setting aside time for exercise, or consistently working on a side hustle, routines help automate discipline, making it less about willpower and more about consistency. Self-discipline also teaches you to delay gratification, which is essential in a world that promotes instant rewards. Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly any more than a bunch of grapes or a fig. If you tell me that you desire a fig, I answer that there must be time. Let it first blossom, then bear fruit, then ripen." In other words, meaningful success takes time, and self-discipline allows you to stay the course even when results aren't immediate. This principle is particularly relevant in today's fast-paced society, where the pressure to see quick results often leads to frustration or giving up. By committing to the process and trusting that your consistent efforts will pay off, you develop the patience needed to achieve long-term success. Let's connect this to your own experiences. Have you ever set a goal, only to abandon it when progress felt too slow or obstacles seemed insurmountable? Self-discipline is the antidote to this common pitfall. It's what keeps you showing up, day after day, even when you're tired, distracted, or uninspired. The Stoics understood that discipline is not about waiting for the right mood or perfect conditions. It's about taking action regardless of how you feel. Marcus Aurelius encouraged this mindset, writing, "At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain of if I'm going to do what I was born for, the things I was brought into the world to do?" His words remind us that self-discipline is about fulfilling our purpose, not indulging fleeting comforts. In 2025, the demands of modern life will continue to test your discipline. From balancing work and family to pursuing personal growth in a world full of distractions, staying focused will require intentional effort. But by committing to self-discipline, you gain the ability to navigate these challenges with clarity and strength. Start small. Identify one area of your life where discipline is lacking and commit to improving it. It could be as simple as drinking more water, sticking to a budget, or reducing screen time. Over time, these small acts of discipline will compound, creating a ripple effect that enhances every aspect of your life. The ultimate lesson here is that self-discipline is the gateway to freedom and fulfillment. It's not about being rigid or joyless. It's about creating a life that aligns with your values and aspirations. By mastering your impulses, staying consistent in your efforts, and focusing on what truly matters, you unlock the power to achieve your goals and live with purpose. As the Stoics teach us, freedom is the ability to live as you wish, and self-discipline is the tool that allows you to claim that freedom. So as you look toward 2025, ask yourself, what kind of life do you want to create, and what are you willing to do to make it happen? The answer lies in your ability to cultivate the power of self-discipline, one deliberate action at a time. If you've made it this far, you're truly on the path to unlocking your inner power. Drop a comment saying, "I am ready for 2025," to show you're committed to the Stoic journey of transformation. Stay tuned. Your greatest breakthroughs are just ahead. Number 8. Cultivating inner strength through solitude. How often do you take a moment to be truly alone, not scrolling through your phone, not surrounded by noise, but in complete solitude with your own thoughts? In a world that constantly demands your attention, solitude has become a rare and undervalued practice, yet the Stoics recognized it as a powerful tool for building inner strength and clarity. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul." This timeless wisdom reminds us that the key to resilience and clarity lies not in escaping the world, but in retreating inward, even if only briefly, to reconnect with our true selves. Solitude is not about isolation or loneliness. It's about creating the mental space to reflect, grow, and strengthen your ability to face life's challenges with purpose and calm. So, when was the last time you stepped away from the chaos and simply allowed yourself to be? In modern life, solitude can feel almost impossible to achieve. Between endless emails, social media notifications, and the constant hustle of work and family, the thought of carving out time to be alone might seem indulgent or even unproductive. But the Stoics would argue the opposite. Solitude is not a luxury. It's a necessity for maintaining mental and emotional balance. Epictetus advised, "If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid." This might seem harsh, but what he meant is that personal growth often requires stepping away from the expectations of others and focusing on what truly matters to you. In solitude, you strip away distractions, external pressures, and the noise of the world, allowing you to reconnect with your values, your goals, and your inner strength. Think about this. Have you ever noticed how some of your clearest insights or best ideas come when you're alone? Perhaps on a quiet walk or in the stillness of an early morning? Solitude provides the clarity that's often missing in the hustle of daily life. Let's consider a modern example. Bill Gates, one of the most successful individuals of our time, famously schedules Think Weeks, where he isolates himself from distractions to read, reflect, and strategize. This practice has been instrumental in shaping his vision and decisions, demonstrating that even in a hyper-connected world, solitude remains a vital tool for success. What could you gain by intentionally creating your own moments of solitude, even if just for a few minutes a day? Solitude also strengthens your ability to handle adversity. Life will inevitably present challenges, and it's in those moments that your inner strength is truly tested. When you cultivate solitude, you develop the habit of turning inward for solutions rather than seeking constant reassurance or validation from others. Marcus Aurelius often used solitude to remind himself of his duty and purpose, writing, "Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one." This practice allowed him to lead with clarity and composure, even amidst the immense pressures of being a Roman emperor. Similarly, by spending time alone, you can confront your fears, reflect on your actions, and build the mental fortitude to face life's uncertainties with confidence. In today's fast-paced society, solitude might feel like a daunting concept, but it doesn't have to mean retreating to a cabin in the woods or meditating for hours on end. It can be as simple as taking a quiet moment during your lunch break, journaling in the evening, or starting your day with a few minutes of silent reflection. These small acts of intentional solitude create a space for self-awareness and growth, helping you understand what truly matters to you. Seneca wisely said, "As long as you live, keep learning how to live." Solitude is the classroom where this learning happens, enabling you to step back, assess your life, and make deliberate choices that align with your values. The benefits of solitude extend beyond personal growth. They also improve your relationships and decision-making. When you regularly spend time alone, you become more self-reliant and less dependent on external validation. This, in turn, allows you to engage with others more authentically, free from the need to please or impress. Additionally, solitude enhances your ability to make thoughtful decisions. In the noise of everyday life, it's easy to react impulsively or get swept up in the opinions of others. But in solitude, you have the space to consider your options carefully, weigh the consequences, and act with intention. How might your relationships and decisions improve if you made solitude a regular part of your routine? Ultimately, cultivating inner strength through solitude is about creating a foundation of resilience and clarity that empowers you to face life's challenges with purpose and grace. It's about learning to find peace in your own company and using that peace to navigate the complexities of modern life. In 2025, when distractions will likely be greater than ever, the practice of solitude will be your anchor, helping you stay grounded and focused amidst the chaos. So, start small. Dedicate just a few minutes each day to solitude, whether it's through meditation, a quiet walk, or simply sitting in silence. Over time, you'll find that these moments of stillness become the source of your greatest strength. The lesson here is clear. Solitude is not a withdrawal from life. It's a preparation for it. By cultivating moments of quiet reflection, you build the inner strength to face challenges, make better decisions, and live with greater purpose. As Marcus Aurelius reminded us, nowhere can man find a quieter or more untroubled retreat than in his own soul. Let solitude be that retreat for you, a space where you can reconnect with your values, align with your purpose, and unlock the power that already lies within you. Number 9. Focusing on what you can control. How often do you find yourself worrying about things that are completely out of your hands? It could be a sudden shift in the economy, someone else's opinion of you, or even the weather ruining your plans. These are all things we have no power to change, yet they consume so much of our energy. The Stoics understood this and built their philosophy around a simple but profound principle. Focus only on what you can control, and let go of the rest. Epictetus, one of the great Stoic thinkers, famously said, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them." This timeless wisdom offers a guide to living with clarity, resilience, and peace, especially in a world as unpredictable as 2025. So let me ask you, how much of your energy are you spending on things you can't influence? And what might happen if you redirected that energy toward the areas of your life that you can truly control? When you focus on what is within your control, your thoughts, actions, and attitudes, you reclaim your power. Consider this. You can't control the behavior of others, but you can control how you respond to it. You can't dictate the outcome of every situation, but you can control the effort you put in. This mindset is liberating because it shifts your attention from feeling helpless to feeling empowered. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." Realize this. and you will find strength. Think about the last time you felt overwhelmed or frustrated. Were you focusing on things outside your influence? Redirecting your focus inward toward your own thoughts and actions can change everything. For example, if you're facing workplace stress due to a difficult boss, you can't control their behavior, but you can control how you react, how you communicate, and how you prepare for challenges. This shift in focus transforms the way you approach problems, making you more effective and less stressed. Let's connect this idea to a modern scenario. Imagine you're an entrepreneur launching a new business. There are countless factors beyond your control: market trends, customer preferences, competition, but there are also many things squarely within your grasp. You can control how hard you work, the quality of your product or service, and the way you connect with your audience. By focusing on these areas, you not only make progress but also avoid the paralysis that comes from worrying about the uncontrollable. The same principle applies to personal relationships. If someone criticizes you unfairly, instead of fixating on their words, ask yourself how you can use the situation to grow or respond with grace. In every area of life, focusing on what you can control helps you channel your energy toward positive outcomes. The beauty of this Stoic principle is its practicality. Start by drawing a clear line between what is within your control and what is not. Epictetus suggested breaking everything down into two categories: the things you can influence and the things you cannot. For example, your health is largely within your control: what you eat, how often you exercise, how you manage stress. On the other hand, the opinions others hold about you are not. Worrying about those opinions only drains your energy and distracts you from improving yourself. How much better would your life be if you let go of things that were never yours to manage in the first place? By practicing this simple exercise, you create mental clarity and free yourself from unnecessary worry. This concept becomes even more relevant in times of uncertainty. Think about the past few years, filled with global challenges like the pandemic, economic instability, and rapid technological changes. Many people spent their time consumed with anxiety over these events, which they had no control over. But those who thrived were the ones who focused on their response, adapting to change, learning new skills, and maintaining a positive mindset despite the chaos. The Stoics would applaud this approach. Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor." In other words, the constant desire to control the uncontrollable only leads to frustration and dissatisfaction. True peace comes from accepting what you can't change and focusing on what you can. Focusing on what you can control also builds resilience, a quality that is essential for navigating life's challenges. When you direct your energy toward your own actions and attitudes, you become less dependent on external circumstances for your happiness. This doesn't mean ignoring reality or pretending problems don't exist. It means approaching them with a clear mind and a steady hand. For instance, if you're preparing for a major presentation at work, there's no guarantee that everything will go perfectly. But you can control how well you prepare, how calmly you present, and how you respond to unexpected hiccups. By focusing on these elements, you increase your chances of success while reducing unnecessary stress. Let me ask you this. How often do you allow outside factors to dictate your mood, your decisions, or even your sense of self-worth? What if you could let go of that and focus solely on what you can control? The truth is, this shift in mindset doesn't just help you navigate challenges, it empowers you to thrive in all areas of life. It strengthens your relationships, sharpens your decision-making, and brings a sense of calm that many people spend their entire lives searching for. When you embrace this principle, you start to see every obstacle as an opportunity to practice control over yourself, rather than the world around you. Ultimately, the lesson is this: life will always present you with things you can't control, but your power lies in how you choose to respond. When you focus on your own thoughts, actions, and attitudes, you unlock a level of freedom and strength that can carry you through even the toughest times. As Marcus Aurelius reminded himself, "Do not let the future disturb you. You will meet it if you must with the same weapons of reason which arm you today." By focusing on what you can control, you equip yourself with the tools to face uncertainty with confidence, to act decisively, and to live with purpose. As you move into 2025, let go of what you cannot change and embrace the immense power you hold over your own mind and actions. This is the Stoic secret to unlocking your potential and thriving in any circumstance. Thank you for spending time with us here at Stoic in Your Life. As we uncovered the Stoic secrets to unlocking your power in 2025, we've explored how embracing the present moment, viewing challenges as opportunities, and focusing on what you can control can transform your life and mindset. These timeless lessons remind us that the strength to thrive in any situation lies within us, waiting to be cultivated through thoughtful actions and purposeful living. If you found value in today's video, please like, share it with others, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you won't miss our future content, filled with insights to help you navigate life with clarity and resilience. Until next time, stay strong, stay present, and live with purpose.